Hello, and welcome to another Rang Rouge unit of the week. And today we are taking a look at the RSPVO NEVA M1T AA unit for Yugoslavia. So during the 60s, the Soviets came up with the NEVA missile, which was a medium-range missile designed to shoot down airplanes of all things. It was to complement their SA-1 and SA-2 models of long-range missiles. It wasn't as fast, and it didn't have as good as range, but it was rather maneuverable, allowing you to shoot down slippery targets. Now the Russians, being the Russians, ended up exporting this to pretty much every country they were friends with, and one of those countries, of course, being Yugoslavia. Now the Yugos found a big problem with this, is that against enemies that have lots of seed missiles, which are designed to shoot down radar-based systems, such as America, as they saw America completely annihilate the Libyan air defense network in 1986. They were rather scared of the same thing happening to them in an event of, maybe a war happening in a few years, and so they decided to get a counter to it. First off, they had the M1A model of the NEVA, which they already had, and it used a TV guided system to guide the missile to the enemy plane, kind of like a tow missile in a short, but not entirely. The same principle, clear line of sight. But the problem with that is that you needed a clear line of sight to shoot down the enemy plane, and the weather, especially when trying to shoot upwards, isn't always favourable. So you didn't have that good accuracy. And so they decided to upgrade it in 1987. They removed the TV guided system of those missiles and replaced it with a thermal flare, pretty much an infrared system, and they used a giant rangefinder. The laser rangefinder would lock onto the plane, send the information to the missile, and the missile would go and shoot it down, which was rather next generation stuff, because they allowed him to shoot during rather nasty weather conditions such as, fog or clouds, which the other system could not use. Now, they ended up using these in the wars, and the 250 Air Defense Brigade in 1999, of course, shot down the bloody Nighthawk, as you can see by this historically accurate picture. The RSPVO NEVA M1T is a 120-point AA unit with one weapon available to it, and that being a V600 PT missile, with 4 of these missiles available to the vehicle, with a range of helicopter of 2.8 kilometers, 4.5 kilometers against airplanes, 65% accuracy, 9 HE, and a reload time of 30 seconds. Overall, rather powerful long-range missiles that can shoot down planes. And if you take a look at its miscellaneous stats, no armor whatsoever, as it's just a giant truck. 10 HP, big size, very good at attacks and a speed of 60 km off-road and 150 on the road, 850 km autonomy, year restricted to 1987, type restricted, motorized and support, and it is a prototype unit. Now in battle, the NEVA M1T is a rather powerful long-range anti-plane AA unit. Now, we do have to compare this show to the two main competitors, the first one being a Patriot. For the same price, it does have better range and accuracy, so not looking good for the M1T. And if you compare this to the NEVA M1, which is 30 points cheaper, it has the exact same stats. Not looking too good, except for one thing, and you are paying an extra 30 points for no radar. And you may be thinking to yourself, hey Rang, don't be such a noob, just turn off your radar when you don't use it. Your seed planes won't hurt you. And yes, you're right, if you're a good player, you can micro your radar very effectively. But you fall into a rather nasty problem when you're up against a player who knows how to use seed planes effectively. Is that if they bring up a seed plane and they're good, they're going to bring in bombers behind seed plane. And you fall into a nasty catch-22, because if you turn off your radar AA to not get killed by a seed, your ground units are going to get bombed. And if you turn on the radar to shoot down the seed, you're going to lose your radar base AA, but you save your ground units. You kind of lose in every single scenario. And so the M1T mainly resolves that problem, because it doesn't care what flies over, it will shoot it down. No questions asked. You never have to turn it off. Plane flies over, goddamn aardvark seed thing, shoot it down, whatever. Nighthawk flies over, heck, shoot it down. F-15D Eagle, you shoot it down. It does not care. and you just have to move it every now and again so it doesn't get artilleried or bombed. And you got yourself a very long-lasting anti-aircraft unit. It is expensive. You only get 2 of them in a card, and it is prototype. But it is worth the price, I have to say, because it does protect you from the seaplanes very effectively. You don't have to rely on interceptors to kill them. And it's also noob friendly, which I like a lot. And I'm going to leave it off. Yeah, this has been another Rang Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.